And the more I started thinking about the possibility, and so around 3 weeks or 2 weeks ago, I decided, well, I think it would be kind of an interesting challenge, really, to do something in 8 weeks that most of the guys do in preparing a year or 2 years in advance. The important thing is that you always challenge yourself, and I'm a strong believer in the philosophy of staying hungry, and really always being hungry for more, and being hungry for bigger and better things, and whenever I have achieved the goal, then immediately after that, I ask myself, what other challenge can I put up to try to achieve, and that's what staying hungry basically is. I'm a strong believer also in the Western philosophy of conquering, of achieving, of climbing, of getting higher and higher to the top and all those things, because that's, in my opinion, what life is all about, is living rich rather than just existing and just wasting away your life, since we only have one. Everybody likes to be wanted and needed and appreciated and loved and all those things. Some people only have it in a limited way, by just being loved by their family or by their children or by their brother or whatever, a wife. Some people like more than that. I'm one of them. Concentration is one of the things that I've learned from bodybuilding more than anything. Focus in, concentrate on one thing, and no matter if there's a bomb exploding around you, you do not lose your concentration. It's also a wonderful thing to be equipped with, When I train, it really depends on what body part I train, what I think about. But it always has to be something that has involved in some form or the other with self-hypnosis. I really psych myself up for it, because otherwise it's impossible to squat with 400 or 500 pounds. It's really hard to do that, and it can be boring. And so what you do is you create a certain excitement, and that's what you think about. You think about your next set, you think about a particular muscle that you're training, you try to isolate the muscle, you try to pump it up, you let blood go into this area and stuff like that. And your feedback then always is that the muscle is responding, and that means growth.
Striving after an ideal, in a sense that you're molding your physique, right? You're developing your body, changing the contours and shapes of the muscles so it looks a certain way you want it to look, a certain mental perception you perceive, trying to gain that or trying to make yourself into that perception. There's a lot of mental training involved in bodybuilding. And I think also you're cultivating a feeling inside. You have a need, a calling, much like a priest. You have this inherent need to do something that you must do, and you'll not be happy unless it's fulfilled. And that's where I'm at. That's why I'm here today. In fact, I believe very much that bodybuilding is more mental than physical. You're concerned with this, first of all, this mental projection of what you want to look like, what you want to be like, as far as the contour and shape of your body. You're concerned with daily feelings of exercises and handles and muscles. You're concerned with putting your mind in the muscle.
Yes. You can actually create a vision of what your body will look like. And then you mold your body closer and closer to that vision. And actually, you will turn this vision into reality. And it's wonderful, really, to see that happening, that you actually can see it in front of you, which I think they call the third eye, where you visualize what you want to be in reality, and then you get closer and closer to that. And that's a known thing now in sports, the inner sports they call it. When I train, it really depends on what body part I train, what I think about. But it always has to be something that has involved in some form or the other with self-hypnosis. I really psych myself up for it, because otherwise it's impossible to squat with 400 or 500 pounds. It's really hard to do that, and it can be boring. And so what you do is you create a certain excitement, and that's what you think about. You think about your next set, you think about a particular muscle that you're training, you try to isolate the muscle, you try to pump it up, you let blood go into this area and stuff like that. And your feedback then always is that the muscle is responding, and that means growth.
Say it, believe it, and achieve it. It's as simple as that.